So good evening. Our training today will be based on as we have treated stop loss yesterday and different types of stop loss we have in forex market we can use as a forex trader. So today we'll be looking into big stop loss mistakes. We are still on stop loss. So let us look at big stop loss mistake. Some kind of mistakes some traders make when setting stop loss. So as a trader, stop loss is very, very important in forex markets. Any profitable trader must learn how to use stop loss. Without stop loss, there is no way someone can be a profitable trader. Someone might be actually be trading for a good month and be in profits, but the trading the trade made with just that month can, without using stop loss, it can be wiped away in just a day. A 1 month trade can be wiped a day with just 1 day trade without using stop loss. So that is very essential in forex market. As a forex trader, you have to learn how to use stop loss. So these are some mistakes someone can make. So number one is wide stop loss. So let us look at wider stop loss. When someone is setting stop loss and you are not placing your stop loss where you're supposed to place it. Like for instance now, your stop loss doesn't have a wide range. Let's assume here, let's assume I want to use this particular position to enter a trade. Yes, let me use here now. Let's assume I see this particular market at this point, at this particular point. So let's assume I see this particular trade at this particular point. I'm entering this market here. So I enter this market here and I set my stop loss at this point here. And I enter the market at this range. So let me move it. Let me move it a little. Yes, at this point here. This is my stop loss and this, I can say this is my take profits. So without giving your stop loss a wide range, a wide place for your stop loss to breathe. So in forex market, we have what we call drawdown. So drawdown doesn't mean the trade is totally going against you. But when you enter a trade, the trade might actually go against you before going to your direction. So you will have a drawdown. So now, let's assume this is my stop loss and this trade, can you see it actually go up and it might take profit. But if my stop loss is too close to the market here, it's too close to the market. This trade, as it reverses like this, it will actually hit my stop loss, and I will be kicked out from this particular trade. So someone needs to take a good note on where you have to set your stop loss. So you have to be very careful when setting stop loss. So like that. In setting stop loss, you have to give a space for drawdown if at all this trade is actually going against me. So will that particular trade have enough space for the drawdown before it starts going to my direction? When your stop loss is too close to the market, just like this, when stop loss is too close to the market, a trade will actually go into your direction. but we first of all go against you and kick you out of the trade before starting going to your direction. So I hope you understand this. You have to have a wide stop loss, a wide range for your stop loss. So wider stop loss, yes, you have to have a wider stop loss. So the second thing here is when you want to set your stop loss, you have to find where to place your stop loss before opening a position. Like this now, let me cancel this. Like this particular trade now, I just assume that this is my stop loss and this is my take profits. Then I enter this particular trade. Let me use the current market. Let me use the current market without doing any analysis. I just assume this is my take profits. This is my I want to set my stop loss here, and I want to enter the market here. Without even doing any calculation, any amount you want to lose for that trade. It is very, very wrong. I think we've done this yesterday. Yes, we do something like this yesterday. So before setting your stop loss, first of all, know the exact position and exact place your stop loss will be before even enter any trade. Not until you enter a trade and you now do your calculation and you now later realize that if you place your stop loss here, if you place your stop loss at this point, you will be risking more than the amount you want to risk initially. Then you want to start adjusting your stop loss or closing the trade and open another trade. So before you enter any trade, you have to make sure you set your stop loss and do a proper calculation for your stop loss before entering any trade. So I want to enter this particular trade. I don't know the actual lot size I'm supposed to use, but I just assume, okay, let me just use 2 lot size for this trade, and I want to go sell. And I want to go sell just like this. Then I want to set my stop loss here. I want to set my stop loss here. And I want to set my take profit at this point. And I've already used 2 lot size. Now, let me go back to the trade. Let me go back to the trade and set my stop loss and take profits. So let me set my stop loss 123.753. My take profit level is 122.780. Now I'll set my stop loss for this trade. So let me see. So now here is telling us we'll be risking 205. And just let's assume I have it in mind of risking $100. And I've already opened 2 lot size on this particular trade, and I want to risk $100. Normally, this is a perfect place I want to set my stop loss. But because of I did not do the proper analysis, proper calculation before I enter such a trade, I want to drag my stop loss closer to the market. I want to drag it closer to the market. So this is 127. I want to drag it closer to the market. Yes, something like this. So that I will not be risking more than the amount I want to risk. And by doing this now, I will always be stopping. Market will always stop me out because market will actually reverse. It can reverse before going to my direction. So this is one of the problem and one of the mistakes we can make in setting our stop loss So we have to, first of all, take a look at the best position where we can set our stop loss before we enter any trade. When you see this is a strong support, this is another support, this is another support. So when I want to set my stop loss, I can just use this point as a good position for my stop loss. Then I can just take a look at it as well. Okay, I want to use this point. Can also use resistance. This is a resistance. This is a resistance. This is another resistance. So you can also use this point as your take profit as well. So you have to have a view of the strong support or the strong resistance you want to use as a level of your support or as a level of your take profits or stop loss. Then after you've taken a look of that, you can now do your proper analysis on that particular trade. Then do your proper calculation and know the exact amount of PIP you want to risk and the amount of lot size you want to use for that particular trade. So that is the second mistakes we can do in setting our stop loss. And the third one is placing your stop loss exactly on the support and resistance level. When you place your stop loss exactly on the support and resistance level, I said it yesterday in our training that if you want to set your stop loss, don't set your stop loss exactly at support or resistance level. At least you have to have a little space. If you are using resistance, it should be at the top of the nearest resistance. It should be at the top. And if you are using support for your stop loss, it should be below the market. Don't set your stop loss to touch the exact support. Don't set it. It is a mistake. So you can set it below the market. So that is the best place we can set our support. That is the best thing we can do when setting support. When using support to set our stop loss. But when you want to set your take profit can touch, yes, your take profit can touch your resistance level. But when we come to support, when we come to stop loss, it shouldn't be the same. You have to set your stop loss below the market. In fact, your stop loss should not touch any of the markets. Either it is ranging or it is trending. So these are some mistakes we can make as a trader in setting stop loss. And we have the stop loss rules as well. When setting stop loss, we have some rules. So one of the rules is don't move your stop loss based on your emotion. Like when market is going against you and you think, wow, this market might actually reverse at this point, then you now decide to move your stop loss. Maybe the market is ranging, and it comes to this level like this. Can you see it almost hits this point? Let us assume this is my stop loss and market is ranging. Then you have it in mind that market is ranging, you have almost hit your stop loss. Then you now decide to move your stop loss above. You are moving it above gradually. So before you know it, market will still there. You can't control this. Market will still hit the point. Either you shift it or not. If the trade is against you, market will surely hit your stop loss. So you have to have it in mind that you can't be winning all trade 100%. You actually have a losing trade. That one is sure, very sure. You have a losing trade. So we've taught this when we are explaining 5 O's in Forex market. So this is what they call overriding stop loss. Overriding stop loss, you are trying to move your stop loss gradually away from the initial position where you set your stop loss. So when you are moving your stop loss gradually, before you know it, you find yourself that you have lose more than the amount you want to lose for that trade. So don't move your stop loss away based on your emotion. Don't let emotion control you. So another rules in stop loss is trade your stop loss. So I believe you know how trailing stop works. How trailing stop works. So let's assume you are trading and this point is your stop loss. This is your stop loss, and you are trading. This is your take profit, and you have made some profits. Maybe you make a profit at this point, and you see that markets have started going against you, and you don't want market to go against you and later reverse to hit your stop loss. So you want to have control over the profit you've made, so you can actually set a trailing stop. So this is how you can set a trailing stop to your trade. So you just come here, open a new trade. Open a new trade. Let me open any trade randomly. So new trade. Let me go for sell. Yes. So I've entered this particular trade. Now let's assume I'm now trading this now, and I've made a lot. This I have minus $20 here, and I see that I've made some profit, a little profit. So I can just come here, come to this trade, and set my trailing stop. I have control over my stop loss. In forex market, you can have control over your stop loss. So you decide where you want to place your stop loss. You have control over that, and you can control your profits as well. So I have been making some profits, and this I can just set my trailing stop that if the market starts going 15 points against me, the market should close automatically. This is 20 points, and this is 25 points, this is 30 points. So this you have 35 points, you can set 40 points. So when I actually select 20 points, so I select 20 points here now. If this particular trade, if I am in profit already, and the market starts reversing, and it's reversed up to 20 points, the market will close me automatically, will close me out automatically. It close me out automatically. I hope you get this. So the points here means pips, pipettes, sorry. Points mean pipettes. Point means pipettes. So pipette is that particular number that we have after pip. Something like this. Let me calculate the pip here. Can you see this? We have 524. So 52 is my pip, and that particular this 4 is my pipette. So is my pipette. The 8 is my pipette. Let me show you again. So we have 52 is my pip, and the 4 behind the 52 is my pipette. So that is how to set points. But before the point can trigger, you must be in profit already. You must actually be in profit already. So before it can trigger. So that is it. Trail your stop. And the last rules here is do not widen your stop loss. Do not widen your stop loss. Do not widen your stop loss. So it is something familiar with overriding stop loss, that when you are trading, and because of you don't want your trade, you don't want market to hit your stop loss on time, and you now decide to widen your stop loss just like this. Widen stop loss just like this. So one thing is that it will take you a long of time before you can hit your take profit, because the wider your stop loss, the wider your stop loss, the wider your take profits. The closer your stop loss, the closer you are going to make profits on time. And the wider your stop loss, the wider your stop loss, the smaller the PIP you are going to target, and the lots, the smaller the lots, the smaller the lots you are going to use. The wider your stop loss, the smaller the lot size you are going to use. So the closer your stop loss, the higher the lot size you are going to use. Yes, exactly. So when you have a wide range of stop loss, too much wide range, because you are afraid of your stop loss not to hit market, so you now decide to place your stop loss something around here. So it is, you can see it is very too wide. It is very too wide. So for you to target 1:2 in this kind of market, so you have to place your take profit somewhere far as well. Let me use here as an example. Let's assume this is my stop loss. I start to set my stop loss here. And this is my entry point. If I'm targeting 1:2, let me calculate it. So this is 48. I will need 80. So we have 48 here. Okay, we have 49. So I'll be targeting 98. Yeah, somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. So it will take you a long time. It will take you a long time for you to hit your stop loss, your take profit as well. Let's assume this is where I want to target for my stop, for my take profit, and I enter this particular trade here. And because of this fear of the market should not hit my stop loss, and I decide to wide my stop loss around this place like this. Can you see it is very too far? It is very too far. This particular trade might take me a long time, even can take me some days before it can reach my take profits. And when this market actually eventually go against me on the long run, I will have spent some days, like 3 days, 4 days, before it's even go against me. And that will not stop them from charging me of swap. I'll definitely be charged of swap. They are going to charge me for swap and commission as well. And that particular trade will also can be loose sometimes. Yes, can be a loose trade sometimes. So it is very good and very essential to understand the rules and make sure we are not doing the same mistakes in setting our stop loss. So that is that on stop loss. That is that on stop loss. So let me know if you have question on setting stop loss, because it is a must for us to understand how stop loss works in Forex market. So let me know if you have any question based on my explanation so far on setting stop loss in Forex markets.
No questions, sir.
Do you have any points you not get during my explanation?
No, sir. Everything was clear.
It's all right. So let's try and abide by that. So by next week, we'll actually be taking a trade on demo. I think you have a demo account, right?
Yes, I have a demo account.
Okay. Have you been trading on it before?
Yes, I've been trading on some demos before.
Okay. Is it on phone or on PC? Are you familiar with PC?
I'm only familiar with phone, sir.
with phone. So you have to try and learn how to use MT4 on PC as well. So it really help you with the indicators and some strategy you need to include. So you need to learn using PC. And it's not all these pending order and setting stop loss, all those stuff. It's not actually easy on phone to use phone to analyze market. Using phone to analyze market is not something easy. So I advise you to learn MT4 using MT4 on PC as well. So that's on that on stop
All
loss. So tomorrow we move into another topic. So that will be on that for today's training. Thank you.